It's draft day in the NFL. 8772 Radio U. Let us know, who do you want to see on your team? For the Browns, Aly, you have the number 2 pick, so you can get almost anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of pressure with that number 2 pick. A lot of people have been saying it might be, maybe Shedeur Sanders or somebody like that.
Would that make you happy?
I don't know. I think I'm okay with, because I know they're saying maybe Cam Ward will go first, right, to the Titans. Are they saying that?
Yeah, he's definitely going first.
Okay, so Cam Ward to the Titans, which I was kind of thinking maybe Cam Ward to the Browns, but over time, over the past few months, we've seen Travis Hunter move from number 1 to probably number 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think more than likely the Cleveland Browns are going to select him.
Yeah, it's the vast consensus is Cam Ward number 1 to the Titans. He was the quarterback at Miami. Then Travis Hunter, the wide receiver cornerback combo to the Browns. And then number 3 is Abdul Carter from Penn State, the pass rusher. And he goes to the Giants, and then the draft kind of starts there because the first 3 are almost set in stone.
Where do they think Shedeur will go?
That is the big debate.
Okay.
Because some are saying like he could fall all the way out of the first round.
Whoa.
That Cam Ward would be the only quarterback chosen. So, but I think the other consensus is either if he gets to the Steelers, and I think they're like 21, that he would go there, and otherwise somebody, whether it's the Browns or the Giants or somebody that wants a quarterback, won't pick him in the first couple picks,
okay,
but would trade in or would select him with a later pick in the first round because that would be a value to get him there, even though at the beginning of the draft, not a value.
Yeah, I'm okay if we took him, but I wouldn't want to take him with that number 2 pick. I just feel like either way, I don't know if either of them will actually work out, especially for the Browns.
For
you know what I mean?
Quarterback?
Well, Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter.
Any of the Colorado guys.
I can't deny that they're talented, but I don't know if it'll translate for the Browns.
So is there any player, even if he may not go number 2, is there any guy that came out of college this year that as a Browns fan, you'd be like, if they get this guy somewhere in the draft, you'd be really excited about it?
Not really. There really isn't that big player that I've been following. I mean, last year it was definitely Marvin Harrison Jr., but Cleveland had no shot at getting him. But yeah, there's really not a big transcendent player that I'm like, yep, I would love to get this guy, because I feel like the QB class in this draft is quite weak.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't have a shot at Cam Ward, then...
And even Cam Ward, I'm not sure is going to turn out.
I actually agree. I think he may work out.
Yeah.
I think this could be one of those weird QB years where none of the quarterbacks, at least none at the top, like the top 4 or 5, actually pan out the way that we saw even last year with so many first-round picks. So, I'll tell you a couple players I really like. They're not going to go to the Packers, I don't think. But I really like Teteroa McMillan from Arizona. He's a wide receiver.
Okay.
He'll be maybe the second or third wide receiver taken, but I think he's going to be dominant in the NFL. I mean, dominant. I don't know. Is he Justin Jefferson? Is he that good? Or is he like just the number 1 wide receiver on a team good? Either way, like I think he's at least that good.
Okay.
And then I really like, everybody's talking about Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State.
Okay.
But I think Colston Loveland, the tight end from Michigan, is going to really work out.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about him as well. So I'll be interested to see where they go. I'll also, just as an Ohio State fan, be interested to see where Will Howard ends up. Because I feel like his stock has been moving up, even though a lot of people thought he was a later round guy. And I think he still isn't going to go in the first couple rounds.
Yeah, you might have to wait till Saturday for him.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be a quarterback that you never see in the NFL. I think he may, end up playing for a team.
I'll say NFL draft day, especially the first round, but this whole weekend, it's one of the best days of the year because if you're a fan of any NFL team, today you have something that you do not have the rest of the year. That's hope. For the Browns today, like you have some level of hope there's still a chance you could have something really exciting happen.
I gotta say, even for the Browns, just because of how many fumbled draft picks we've had that just have not worked out, even a day like this is hard.
I feel like Travis Hunter going to the Browns is the guarantee that's not going to work.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee that.
I don't know if he'll work anywhere. I don't believe in the wide receiver cornerback thing, but really I don't believe it in Cleveland. And then Chris said he texted and said the Bengals need offensive line, which is so many teams every year in the draft, which is, although today is the big, exciting, hopeful day, it's also like, it's not fun to cheer for, like, I hope we get an O-lineman.
Yeah, but that's important. It's so important.
And at least you don't need a quarterback.
Yes.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.